Okay, so I'm Alex Willis, and I'm doing the effect of increasing light frequencies on fungal growth and development. So a little bit of background info first. Light is fundamental to life. Everybody knows this. It stirs our atmosphere, warms our oceans, supplies energy to Earth. So without it, there would be no life on Earth. But could it be used to protect us? When most people think of light, you think of it in like a general sense, like sunlight that warms us, gives us energy. But we don't really think about it in an isolated sense, I guess. So it could be isolated and use that to protect us. So a fungi. Fungi can be deadly. It's a really overlooked element of indoor air pollution. In my house, I had black mold and no one knew. And if you don't know what black mold is, it's like a pretty deadly mold. So I'm okay, but it could have been worse. And so some symptoms of fungal exposure are muscle and joint pain, headache, memory loss, visual disturbances, immune system issues, GI problems. So where can fungi be found? So obviously fungi can be found in moist places, the bathroom, the shower, basements. But they can also be found around plumbing problems, say like a pipe breaks behind drywall. There can be fungi back there. And even in dry places. So in deserts, it's harder for fungi to live, but the ones that do are a lot hardier. So it's almost more dangerous to be exposed to fungi in dry places because all the fungi strains are a lot hardier. So it could be used light as a weapon against fungi. I believe we could. Light can regulate sexual and asexual reproduction, growth, and direction of growth in fungi. So my experiment dealt with Cladiosporum fulva. So a little bit of background on that. It's a very common household mold. It is a trigger for asthmatic attacks. So it's really common. It's pretty much in every household. And I'm going to test the effects of 300 megahertz, 3 tetrahertz, 3 petahertz on Cladiosporum fulva. They're going to be dosed. So just for clarification, it's increasing light frequencies, and 300 megahertz is the largest light frequency, and 300 petahertz is the shortest. So some similar experiments. Alexander Idner and Joseph Heitman ran a similar experiment where they tested how light controls body development in the fungal kingdom. And they used Cryptococcus neoforms, and they set up 3 modified illuminators with blue light, green light, and red light. And they found that it inhibits mating of the haploid fruiting, but the mechanisms are unknown. So it does affect mating, but they don't know how exactly. And then another experiment was by G. Romanazzi, F. Milikota, and J. L. Silmanek, and they tested the effects of UV irradiation on grapes to suppress grape mold. So irradiation is just radiation. And so basically they harvested grapes and radiated them, and then inoculated them with grape mold, and left them for a week and reported growth. And this had little effect, but I think that can be attributed to the fact that they irradiated it before the grape mold. So maybe if they would let the grape mold inoculate then, radiated it, it would kill the grape mold. So it's not known how light inhibits growth, only that it does. And my hypothesis is, if Cladiosporum fulva is exposed to increasing light frequencies, 300 megahertz, 300 petahertz, and 300 petahertz, then Cladiosporum fulva growth will become more inhibited as light frequencies increase. So my materials and methods. 400 petri dishes are going to be cultured with saddlerud dextrose agar and then inoculated with Cladiosporum fulva. And then they're going to be left in an incubator at 22 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. And then we're going to record growth by measuring the circumference in millimeters. So the 40 dishes are then going to be split up into 4 groups of 10. And each group of 10 will go into a different incubator. One with an illuminator at 300 petahertz, 300 megahertz, one at 3 petahertz, one at 3 tetrahertz, and then one with no light, and that's going to be the control. And the independent variable is the 3 incubators with different light frequencies. So they're going to be left for 7 days, getting 18 hours of light each day. After that, they're going to be cooled, and circumference is going to be measured again in millimeters. And then you're going to take those values and compare them with the values you measured a week ago and record growth. And that's all we're saying.